Hello everybody, welcome back. Today we are doing some house flipper. First of all, let's make sure everything is working proper. And I can hear myself in there, so things are definitely working well. This game is house flippers from Empyrean and Frozen District. Of course, this made a bit of a splash when it debuted on PC a few years ago. I'd seen like Jacksepticeye and Markiplier play some of it, but I don't know, it felt like something different to do. So let's go ahead and start ourselves up a new game. We'll see how all the stuff works. You can hear me pretty well, but it does sound like I need to turn down the music a little bit. As soon as I can get back to a menu. Yes, we're starting off with our little shack for our office. Okay. Welcome to House Flipper. The game will allow you to buy, renovate, and decorate and sell houses. For now, however, you need to be content with this shack that you can call your office and laptop that is your command center. Okay, so... music volume. Okay. Okay, so far controls are what I'd hope they'd be. It's time to check the emails on my laptop. Unfortunately, things are really rough in here. I feel like I'm really short too. Wow. I am tiny. Oh. It's because I was crouched for whatever reason. Okay then. Let's can't clean up everything just yet. Your laptop will allow you to find jobs, buy houses, and switch between them. Can't afford to buy a house yet, but it looks like you already have your first email. Ex-boyfriend sold radio from my house. So yeah, it starts the same way. Hello, I'd like to hire your company to put my house in order. I know from the photos posted on FaceSpan that my ex-boyfriend broke into my house, made a huge mess, and stole the radiator. It's possible some other things are missing too. Please clean up the house, replace any missing appliances. I would ask you not to inform the police about the whole matter. I'll sell it myself to my ex-boyfriend after return from a business trip. Regards, Sarah Lewis. We're going to accept this. So yes, early on it's going to be a lot of just, going through generally cleaning up a few odd job type stuff, but then as it goes along we get a little bit more to our that we can do. We'll get more tools and we can just get a house and just absolutely go ham on it. Congratulations, you've unlocked a new tool. From now on you'll be able to clean dirty stuff using the mop. Okay, so first let's open the door, which it's not great. Hide tool. Okay. So we gotta clean some things up first. Let's close this door. Try and get some of the loose stuff off the ground. Okay, it just hit it. I wish it was this easy to do in real life. This would be just amazing. Falling onto everything. Yes, the ex-boyfriend apparently just went to absolute town on this place. Because we got our first news about, well, I say first, it's not exactly true. We got new news about Kamen Rider Revice, when it's coming. Well, I need to see if I can. Turn on the tablet, choose what you want to spend your new skill points into. So first things first, I need to see if I can't adjust. Let's turn it down just a little bit because it wants to move me just a hair too quickly for my liking. Okay, good, I can. I was like, I wondered how I would be able to rotate objects. It's like you can free rotate, you can or you know, if you go with like the button commands, it wants to lock it into a position, which is great. But I have points I need to spend. Perks. I want penetrating vision because being able to see stuff on the map is great. If your tablet allow you to buy things, be handy for the task. So we need to buy a radiator. Good. Lisa seems to. We just want a standard radiator. Rotate object. Right, to buy the object. Okay, let's assemble this. Do like that it does work just like okay, job's not quite done yet. Oh, something by the door. Oh, the said the thing doesn't show all of the dirt on things, but having a indicator is better than no indicator. So I'd say if right now, if I had to say there's one, you know, problem, it was just the fact that it since it was originally built for a mouse and everything, it's just a little rough turning a little bit, but it's very much a minor concern. And we have completed the job. And we made a little under 800 bucks. Isn't too bad. Hey, first achievement. Now we have our first tool. We can begin cleaning up our own place, which needs it. Oh, didn't expect it to start us off in here. Expect it to be outside. Everything all nice and clean and stuff, and who's it's. Got some stuff outside. Oh yeah, I haven't been in here yet. Now, I'm not sure I can actually clean the tile at all with this. Well, some stuff can be. I am not the clean freak type. It's definitely not, my thing in real life. But there is something kind of compelling about it in this situation. Yes, I did my own real life work earlier, was outside, got mowing done, or at least most of it. Learned it better off kind of doing it in pieces with some of the big stuff we've got. That's inside. Well, it's not perfect, but it's an improvement. So yeah, we'll take what we can. I'm just glad that, things have moved so smoothly. We'll worry about upgrading stuff in here later. For now, we've got mail. Clean the garage, radiators. I know about the radiators one. I'm not seeing this one. When you clean the garage, please throw away all the boxes, trash, old tires. Please don't forget to clean the window too. It's better not to touch the tools though. My husband doesn't like when someone moves them and he can't find them afterward. Fair enough. Let us begin cleaning the garage. I was say, assuming I actually accepted it. Oh. Okay. Tools, I see the boxes. I think this ought to be a... You can make unmade beds using... Good to know. Words, things. Yes, I thought it was funny, because dropping it on someone else's... My buddies, who was part of my D group, drops in, and he's talking about needing more of my character, which I completely understand. I want more of her too, but it's just the absolute fun of this. That's why I tell everybody: one, D&D is a ton of fun, always is, assuming you're doing everything right. And you can still touch on touchy subjects and still... Okay, I guess those tires... Okay, I guess those are new tires then. Ooh, new skill point available. Faster cleaning. I want to see more dirt on the minimap, just because that's helpful. But say I always tell everybody, because, obviously DM's got their own thing to worry about. But when it comes to new players, particularly, and coming up with characters and figure out what you want to do, one, you just, want to contribute. Anything is better than nothing. As long as it's not actually causing trouble for everybody. But at the end of the day, you want to contribute something to it one way or another. Oh, I keep wanting to hit the bumper instead of... But what I always tell everybody is, first things first, come up with a good character come up with a simple character concept, and then run with that. For Tallulah, the character I've been most recently playing, because I DM'd for the longest time, so I was having to play every character. But thanks to friends wanting to get involved and stuff and everything, gave me the chance to not be a DM. Once you're a DM amongst a group, you kind of get locked into it a little bit. There's nothing wrong with being a DM, but you don't get the proactive service and gameplay like everybody else does. You don't get to kind of make your you have to react to the players. They don't you don't get to just kind of do whatever like players can. Nice. All right. Bring out this again. Oh yeah, I can't forget the windows. Don't touch the tools. Just take an idea, run with it. I wondered how this was going to control, having seen it. Nice. All tasks complete. It's a nice looking garage now. Alright, let's go. Let's close that door. But the whole concept for Tallulah came about because I wanted to take a character. I wanted to have a character who was not the primary kind of focus of the group. I wanted to be a character who wasn't making all the decisions. Because I'd done some of that in the last group. Because there was a lot of new people, and me being the experienced player was easy to kind of trying to let everybody go, want to do their thing, but at the same time try to push, people in the right directions for kind of keeping us on track. Have you noticed that by using the gallery tab on a tablet, you can choose from many images that will use a poster or picture to hang on the wall? You can use the camera. I don't care. Can I not do it from this side? Nope. Apparently my windows are nice and clean. Must be under the bed, behind it. But I knew I wanted to do something jokey and irreverent, which is where I came up with the stripper. Amaranth walls. Bonjour, I want my house to look a bit more artsy. Can you please paint some of the walls in the living room amaranth? The remaining walls should look stunning in gray. I almost forgot. Can you please replace the broken electrical socket? Merci, Amanda Johnson. Yeah, let's take this one. But I still wanted to play a bard, but unlike my previous bard, I wanted to play a character who was very much the healer, the support. So I was like, okay, that set some of that up. So then it just became of how do I embrace this character and make it something everybody's going to want to get involved with. I came across the right miniature. I looked up the race. I was like, okay, I love this concept just because it's kind of ridiculous. In this case, being a 7-foot tall stripper who's got giant blood. It really just kind of sang from there, and then I've not had a session where we haven't had somebody laugh at something she's done, and it's been always appropriate. So now we have the paint tool. That is certainly different. Paint the colors Amaranth, Adventure, and Gray. Corridor has an electrical outlet. Oh, perfect. Alright, let's begin. I can't remember if they want all the... They wanted the other rooms. They were talking about gray, I thought. Thankfully, this roller makes things so nice and easy. And I need a little more paint. So I love the concept of, oh yes, we can do this without having to move any of the furniture. I thought they wanted other rooms. The question becomes, which sections to do which? You want just the ceiling gray? But yes, take a character concept and just run with it. You can get a lot of things out of a simple concept played to hilt. And a lot of people look at things and want to optimize characters, which is understandable. You want your character to be effective at what they do. But by the same token, you know, never let optimization get in the way of making characters. Don't want to waste any paint. What's this? Oh, so each one gets specific things as I do it. Just outright 10% extra for a job is a great start. Trying to think of, you know, when it comes to bards in 5e, you know, one of the better builds to go with is a half elf, because you're naturally getting a bonus in charisma. So that means right out the gate you're better at it than races that don't have a charisma bonus. But of course, again, Tallulah is Fearbolg. She's not a half elf, which would again be the simplest and kind of easiest way to optimize this character. But I'm not concerned about optimization. I want to have fun with it. And so, again, just her overall size itself was amusing and worth going after. But yes, and it's like I told everybody, we were working on another campaign, had a guy who wanted to be a Muppet Paladin. And it's like, yeah, you can be a Muppet Paladin. Are your stats optimized for being a Paladin? Doing that? No. They're much better built toward like a Bard or a spellcaster of some type. That's not the point. The point is he wanted to do the character, so we did his character. Helped him build it, get it all set up, and they had fun with it. That was one we didn't get to do much of. That was technically Tallulah's first appearance, but I loved the character so much I couldn't just let her be a part of one single session. So I went in and just did more. I brought her into a different campaign and adjusted. And yeah, it was just he had fun with his characters. It's never, you know, be afraid to kind of go against the grain. You want to have a you want to have a halfling paladin in full plate mail. Have a halfling paladin in full plate mail. You know, it doesn't have to be min-maxed and made to be the greatest you could ever be in that class. You just have to have fun with it. If you're having fun with it, odds are everybody else is going to be having fun with it, and you've already won at that point. Need more paint. I love being able to paint behind things. It's fantastic. Okay, we got more. Getting stuck on objects. As far as, going through what you should do to build individual characters, well, it depends on what you do. A lot of people like doing point builds because it's even, and I get it. I've never had a problem with doing, say, doing rolling, particularly because I tend to do so in a manner, do two walls at the same time. I tend to set everything up in a manner where, okay, all the walls are that. I think the sills, the interior, and the ceiling will do in the gray. Thankfully, medium bucket of gray. I think of. Can I do the sill itself? That kind of sucks. Apparently can't do the ceiling either, which seems like a weird thing. Oh no. See? It's like that. That shouldn't have happened. Damn it. I had to buy a small thing, the pink, which thankfully at least it's easy to find. But in the end, it's also, you also want to, take into account, oh, apparently this room's done. However, you want to take into account what everybody else kind of wants to get out of it. So if they say, well, let's do just like nothing but humans, it's unlikely nowadays. let's say they want you to do just, humans only. Then, don't go in and kind of mess with everybody else by going against the grain. Okay, there is an electrical outlet. Aha. Pull out the old. So the order you do your wiring is super important. Although the fact that I didn't go outside and turn off the breaker is definitely a less realistic thing about this. Apparently I want to be electrocuted. Alright. Let's see. What's our new skill point? Handyman. 3 tiles or panels. Oh, let's upgrade mounting in general. It's always good. Where's the other... Okay, there's an electrical outlet in here that needs replaced. Ooh, yeah. Nasty old outlet. But I can understand where, people get intimidated seeing some of the stuff with D&D and seeing a lot of numbers, character sheets, and in the end, it's understandable why, it's intimidating. It's a lot to take in at first. But at the end of the day, it's not really that much to it. It's one of those things where it's helpful just because it keeps everybody honest. It means, oh, I want to do, so-and-so. It's like, well, is your character really, capable of doing that? Well, let's take a look at this. Whew, nice. That's a good amount. It's like, oh yeah, they're good at it. But you can also say mechanically, looking at everything, this other person's better at it. All in all, there's other ones, like there is the Tiny series of RPGs, like Tiny Taverns, Beach Patrol, Tiny Pirates. The whole idea is it just uses D6. Everything is very simple. And it's a lot of fun. So there's a lot of ways that people can come in and be a part of this without, kind of breaking the bank. Okay, we're going to go through these. Yep, he wants his radiators replaced, but he's like, oh, I won't. Unless I'm fully satisfied, I'm not paying you. It's like, yeah, bullshit. I wouldn't take that job. Granted, we're just putting in radiators, but still, this should be fairly simple. But yeah, there's a lot of other options. But D&D is, and will always be, many people's kind of go-to one. Partly because, well, it is the classic. Okay, radiator in there. No radiator here. Alright, let's get assembling. And again, the big thing about any of the RPGs is you can set it for as family friendly or as not family friendly as you want. It's all a matter of knowing your group. Obviously, if you're doing convention stuff, you've got a whole unique problem that comes in there that you have to take into account. But even then, understanding where you're at, and this is a thing where convention play is going to run into some of this, less than an individual group. I've always been a proponent. It's like, don't be afraid to touch on heavy subjects, because what I got? Faster plastering. Okay, a sink and a towel radiator. Mountable sink. Works. Because one of the things of kind of fantasy in general is the fact that you can touch on those subjects, and you have to understand that this is its own separate world with its own separate rules, and that everybody needs to kind of be understanding of that. Am I saying be flippant about a subject? No. You shouldn't be flippant about very heavy subjects, but you also need to take into account that what you're thinking of, and the way you think is not necessarily the way the people there are going to think of it. Not because there's anything that there's nothing wrong with it, but there's always the possibility of other circumstances, and that has to be taken into account. Said it's one of those ones. Yes, you need to be. It's better with by being aware of your play group. So don't do heavy, major subjects on when you're playing with a group of kids. You want adventure, mystery, and wonder. But when you're dealing with adults, you can throw heavy subject matter at them, because sometimes, oh well, this is bad. It's like, yeah, but look at the why. It's like, oh, that's worse. Sometimes there is doing a bad thing for the right reason. Ooh, I'm talking about adding in walls. Okay, let's work on a baby's room. Gotta do a little bit more, a little bit of decorating, a little bit of cleaning up. They just bought this house, and boy, they must have bought it for a deal, because it is an absolute mess. And things work, but it's an absolute mess on the inside. You see something while I'm loading? Oh, whoops. I was so catatonic. Oh. Alright. Whew. Ah. I got hit by a door. Alright. Let's clean up one room at a time. I just saw somebody I know is online, which is always nice. But yeah, I always tell stories. It's always one of my favorite stories. Had a group come in. Well, this was when 4th edition was getting ready to come out, and so we had a big event for the release, and we were talking about it for the weeks beforehand. I had a mother and son come in. He was somewhere around 13ish. He was at that age where it's kind of hard to be 100%, and obviously I didn't think to ask, because it didn't really matter. And he was interested in the new edition coming out. She had her questions because she remembered the satanic panic of the 80s. And so I offered, what advice I could. I made my points, talking about, a lot of points like I've talked with you all. But then I said, look, we're having the event in a couple weeks. I'll get your info. And what we'll do is I will call you a couple days beforehand, remind you it's happening, and he can come in, he can see how he can participate. You can come in and see how the rest of it goes, and you can make your decisions from there. They were part of my second group that day, and I ran a lot of D&D that day, and that's the simplest way of putting it. But they ran through the scenario. He was having a grand time. She was nearby watching, and she seemed to be having a good time. And they left with 2 of the 3 D&D books, which, for any of you who've ever messed with stuff, that they're not exactly cheap. Fact that she was happy about what she saw, just put a big grin on my face. 'Cause it's what we all hope for out of a situation like that. Hi, dear. How goes it? Okay, now it's time to paint. We need this. I need to buy the pink. Let's buy a large canister, so I hopefully don't have to buy more of it. And, whoops. Let's begin. Yes, and especially nowadays, thanks with all the resources there are, you can always find people to play with. It's easier than ever. There's always going to be, situations where it's like, well, things don't match up. It's like we've had one member of our team who has been jokingly named Redacted because the fact that she is been missing through a lot of things because of just stuff that's come up. But we've done everything we can to keep her character involved and keep her in the loop, even though she hasn't been able to make it. And just life in general sometimes just happens. But, especially with the tools nowadays, it's a fairly easy... It's a lot easier than it used to be, that's for sure. As much as I like us doing things remote, because we started doing this before everything went haywire, simply because it meant that we were just playing longer in general, because we were all suddenly realized, hey, we're at home. We don't have to worry about driving home or doing some of this other stuff. We could go home, get our kind of special stuff we need to get done, and then just sit there and play for kind of however long we wanted. Which was fantastic. Every little bit was a help. And the tools we've been using have been not only just easy to use, but with none of these crazy problems. It's like roll 20. Everybody talks about roll 20. Roll 20 was just so problematic for us. And it's like, it seemed so much more intense than it needed to be. Let's see, back to paint. Which I never understood. You know, it seems like this should be a pretty straightforward. Whoop. Man, I wish instead of doing things, it just would do the 2 sections at once automatically instead of me having to adjust it. 'Cause man, does that seem to be a hit and miss on some of this. Okay, that and that. You know, I'm going through doing all this nice stuff with this one room, and I know I've got terrors of rooms yet to go through that have to be cleaned and everything. This is the nice room. We cleaned this, and it's like, oh, we're going to make it all nice and pretty. We're going to go outside, and we're just going to be like, nope, this house is condemned. Okay, we're 80% of the way, so making progress. Oh, I need more paint. Hopefully, I got enough. So that needs a little more. 88. So I've got the windows still left then. Like, I'm pretty sure I could paint part of the outside of the house from in here, which is just like, really now? So it wasn't quite there. Okay, painting is done. So we sell that. Okay, we need to buy various objects for this room. So first things first. Let's buy the cot. We're gonna put this here because we want it away from the radiator. So the radiator's going to heat the room fine. We don't need to have it right next to the kid. Yes, baking children would be unpleasant. Okay, we need 2 of these. Let's do 1 in the purple. Lay over there. Need 1 more. We're gonna do this one in the blue. And we need changing cabinet. Okay. Children's room is done. That's not an actual requirement. Well, they talk about and maybe some. Because, like, if I go into the room, you can see there's a check mark. I've met all the requirements that the room had set. Which is the nice part, is that you can easily see what you do and you don't need. I need to get stuff so I can clean faster. Granted, I still wish you could do this in real life. That would make things... That would make cleaning, actually, something to be done. Instead of something to be just like, windows. Our window vacuum. Oh, it's making vacuum noises. That's what I thought looking at it too. But no, it's some form of glass vacuum. I'm gonna keep doing that too. Oh, that window. Dirt is at 98%. I don't know where that... Okay. Got that. Imagine this would be significantly easier with the mouse. But this does control pretty easily, but it's hard to get, nice kind of like straight lines. Thankfully, it knows when it's done. So, I had to sit there and fight with it. Outdoor. A door from what I would soon be the master bedroom going straight outside. That's an interesting choice. Okay, into the cleanery. Yeah. That's nasty. Can't tell where... Okay, can't move that. Ah, there's part of it. Come on. There we go. Okay, let's get this window done. Okay, there's like 2% of dirt. Yes, but I can't clean tile for whatever reason. Now where this last little bit? Oh, right there. All right, the big room. Whew. Alright. Thankfully, the picking everything up part is simple. Man, this is just rough. I hope they got a good deal on this place considering how much, just rough this whole thing was. Okay. Do I have points to give that I just don't know? Ooh. I will take any extra money I can get for the work I'm doing. Mo money, mo better. So yes, you level up in things independently. It's whatever you're working on. Koga, stop being an asshole. Alright, dirt's done. Now it's just windows. Those are just some yellowed windows. If it weren't for the fact this was inside, I'd think this was pollen. Ooh, new skill point. Cleaning. See, you know what? Let's upgrade the mop itself. I can see most everything on the map, so that's good enough. I think I just somehow magically cleaned a huge section of it, just turning it on. I don't know how. I hope that happens more often, though. Okay, two more windows. And last one. The house is complete. We are 7 grand the richer. And 100%ed of the job. Excuse you. Please stop beating the floor. Unless you're gonna start paying for said floor. Let's see. Which thing blinking? Oh, it's because I've got it muted instead of turning it off, since that power button's wanting to go rough. Okay, student's house to clean up, walls to knock down, adding in walls. Yes, but at least if you beat the floor, Odell, I can, get, sweet vengeance upon you for it in the long run. Ooh, let's see the new mop. Ooh. I think I can clean the door. Ah, that's the areas where I was missing, but now I can see everything except some of this. I think partly because it's wood. I don't know. Anyway, For now, I think this is a good start to things. I kind of wanted to jump in and do some of this just to kind of do something other than sit here and, wallow in my misery having gone through and done the mowing for the day. So I need to sit there. I think, yes, the potato is in line. So let's go ahead and raid her. This is definitely, it's oddly fun, and it works really well with controller. I'm really happy about that. But I will most likely come back to this at another point. Don't know when exactly, but this has been, this is, like I said, it's oddly satisfying. But thank you guys all for watching. Those who made this far on Twitch, those who were watching live on Twitch, those who made this far on YouTube. Don't know what I'm gonna do next time. Might do more of this, might do something else. We'll see how it goes. But thank you guys all once again. Hope you all have a great day and take care. Bye. Nice little hour stream.